Hey y'all, it's Molly with Mini Acres, and it's been a while. It is November 1st in Northwest Florida, and Elliot says hello. He is doing much better. I just wanted to catch y'all up on what's been going on around here in October and kind of, I guess, maybe what my plans are for November. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's go take a look at some of the garden spaces and discuss. So, hope y'all are doing well. Oh, bless you. We're going to go look at the future flower garden space first. Here you can see I uncovered the rows that I had covered with just, some janky tarps. And I have direct sown a bunch of seeds with flowers for spring. These are all plants that are supposed to overwinter, and then in the spring they'll just take off and thrive, supposedly, before it gets really hot. We'll see. But I top dressed the rows with fresh compost, and then the walkway here is just leaf mulch. And over here I have a stray tomato plant. Look at that. I have a tomato. This is the space where the chickens and the geese were for a long time. So this seed, the seeds that sprouted here, who knows what kind of tomatoes they are. But I've just been letting it grow, and apparently I have a fall tomato. These wires are for hoops to go over the rows. And I was going to order some, and then my husband, who's a hoarder, said he happened to have a roll of whatever the gauge is, the same. He said he had a roll that was the same gauge as the pre-cut ones that I was going to buy. So I just cut them myself with wire cutters, or no, with bolt cutters. And so I'm going to put them all along these rows and put insect netting to keep the insects out, and also to keep my cats out, but as kind of a little bit of frost protection for when it does get cold. It just feels like it's the right thing to do. There is something really satisfying about this whole space being covered with this giant tarp. I gotta say, I think that was a really good investment. I still haven't cleaned out that bed because there's still so many bees and butterflies. Some of y'all said that you wanted some roselle seeds, and I did not get your address, so I need you to email me. I only got one person's email address. So email me at miniacresfarm@gmail.com with your address if you want me to send you some roselle seeds. I think I have 5 or 6 gallon size bags full of roselle from one plant. So anyway, up here, this is all going to sleep for the winter, and then in the summer it's going to be like sunflowers and all the things that you grow in the spring for summer flowers. So as we walk to the other garden space, I'll just give y'all a quick update, mostly because I know that so many of y'all really do care about what goes on around here, and I appreciate you, and I don't want to leave you hanging. So I think that some people might not believe that this is actually real. Like, how could one family be going through so much? But here we are. So my mother-in-law, who has Alzheimer's, fell and broke her shoulder. So I've been doing shifts helping take care of her. Then my mom had an infected cat bite on her hand and had to be in the hospital. So I've been having to help her. I've been taking her to her appointments every day for IV antibiotics. And thankfully she has started driving herself this week. So hopefully that will be done soon. There you go, buddy. And she will be back to being independent. But while she was in the hospital, we were able to use her car for transportation because one of my kids was in a car accident. It was a hit and run. He was T-boned and his Durango flipped twice. And how he walked away without barely a scratch, it's a huge blessing. And I'm trying to just be grateful for that and not be upset at the person who who left the scene of the accident and, you know, didn't at least stick around to make sure that he was okay. It was only like maybe a quarter of a mile from our house. It was pretty intense. I think I might still be kind of in denial about just how bad it was. And like, that's all the drama that's been going on. So instead of me being able to just cocoon and be in my depression and just, you know, not do anything for a month, we've been a little busy. So that's that. That's the quick update. And now let's look at this garden space. So I had my son weed eat this space. If you watched any of my last videos, then you know this became an absolute jungle over here. However, I did have some strawberry plants that survived and made babies. Let me show you those. Where are they? There they are. So I need to put those in pots or do something. What do you do to overwinter strawberry plants? And then the other thing is all of my trees that were over there in between the peach trees, I brought them over here, and here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about taking, I don't know if it's too bright for me to show you this. There's the cattle panel there's a cattle panel in the middle there that I don't want it there anymore. And I'm thinking about using it, hey Skipper, over here and building a mini greenhouse to overwinter these trees so I can keep them outside, but maybe they won't freeze until they're big enough to hopefully maybe next year I can plant them out in the ground. I don't know, I'm not sure. So that pineapple is a couple years old. These avocado, this is their first year and they're really getting big. Look at that. That thing is big. And then I have some more mulberries that are getting pretty big, but I've decided I don't want to plant them in here. And then my lemons, I can't believe it. And well, let me show you. Because see, these mulberry trees, they really started to shade out the garden, and it made me realize I don't think I need trees over here where I really need more sun. The Wayward Home for tomatoes, what was that? Wayward tomatoes? I don't know. That were all right here. That's all gone, but then this was discovered in the weeds. I actually grew some echinacea. Now what? How do I harvest it? And can I overwinter it? How does that work? Somebody help me out. Can you see over here? We cut the broken branches off the peach trees, but there's still a lot of pruning that they need. But I had a surprise discovery. My cassia has bloomed. This is the cassia plant that is the same name as my daughter, and it blooms in November, and I didn't think it was going to bloom, but the tree has gotten taller, and so it was just above my line of sight to see that it was blooming. But it's a tropical plant. Can't tell if it's blurry. And so I would like to be able to overwinter it and see if I can get it to live another year, at least. I'm not really sure if I can ever take it out of a pot, but I'm hoping I can overwinter it outside instead of trying to bring it inside. I don't think I can keep it alive inside. You people. So the other thing about this space, this is where I really wanted strawberries and asparagus, but that didn't work out well this year, but maybe next year. Or I might just leave it completely covered for a whole year until it really helps keep down the weeds. But I do have a blackberry and where's the raspberry? A raspberry that are still alive right here, so I left them uncovered. Who asked you? This space, I'm not sure if I've ever shown you from this angle. I'm not sure if my mint is going to live. I've just kind of given up on that little spot. But this is the space where the chickens and the geese were for a long time. There's still quite a few weeds. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? There's still quite a few weeds that I would like to cut down or pull, but I think maybe it might be a good idea to use my other piece of silage tarp to cover this for the winter, and then maybe I'll be able to make my perennial beds over here in the spring. And then this, it's so bright, is my fall winter veggie garden. I downsized a lot and basically just threw everything in here. So I have carrots. I have re-sowed because they didn't get a really good germination rate. Or I should say they germinated, but then they died. So I just sowed some more. Hope for the best. And then I've got radishes. And look, I've already got garlic coming up. You see these bare spots, I went ahead and reseeded. If I had seeds, like for, I think that might be cauliflower and broccoli, that there's only like 2 or 3 that are coming up, but I really didn't have that many seeds to start with, so it's fine. And then there, oh, I see another zinnia coming up in there. But you come down here and there's all different kinds of cabbages. I still have basil. And I think I need to go ahead and harvest these birdhouse gourds and my loofahs and just bring them in to dry. The plants are definitely dead. And then I have Tabasco. I already harvested peppers this morning, so there's not much to show on the plants except a bunch of Tabasco. That's an update for now, and I don't know, like I said, if I'll be making more videos for this month. I'd like to. I would also just like a break from people being sick and injured and accidents and all of those things. Like, let's take a break, okay? That also goes for all of y'all too. Like, I really just want y'all to stay safe and healthy as well. There is a bee on my phone. Hopefully I will have time to work on these projects this month and be able to show y'all what's going on here soon. But if not, y'all will know where I am and what I'm doing. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all. What are you doing? Oh, that tomato's pretty good. Really? Are you serious? You know I've got you on video right now.